Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, I'll be showing you how I achieved this viral flip over style on my daughter. So, we started on freshly washed, conditioned, deep conditioned, blow dried, and we trimmed her hair. These are the products that I'm going to be using that are like a major key when it comes to this hairstyle. Now, I think I said this on my last video, but I want y'all to know that I braid hair. I've been braiding my daughter hair for a really long time, but I've been braiding other people's hair for about a year now. So my parts are going to be straight. Well, as straight as I get them. And my point of saying that is, like, if your parts isn't straight when you're doing this hairstyle or any hairstyle, that is okay. I do not want you to panic if your parts are not as straight as, I don't know, you want them to be or somebody else want them to be. As long as you're able to do the style is all that really matters, in my opinion. As long as your kid is happy or your client is happy, and you tried your best, it's all that matters. I do not want anybody to stress if parts aren't coming out like super crispy. Don't get in your head about that, because it's just a hairstyle, you know. So we're going to start with parting her hair from ear to ear, because the back is going to be, you know, like the knotless braids or the box braids, whichever one you want it to be. And honestly, they don't even have to be box braids or knotless braids. You can braid the back however you see fit. This is just what I wanted to do. And if you want to do it too, you can. That's cool. If your child or your client requests something different, that is totally fine too. Whatever you want to do. I can't stress that enough. Okay, so now that her part is straight, I am going to put this hair away. And honestly, I just put it in a little ponytail and I left her hair hanging out. I really should have like braided it up and put it into a little bun instead of leaving, like you'll see, like instead of leaving her hair out, because it kind of got in the way later on in the video. For me, I'm always going to start with a middle part. It just helps me make sure everything is kind of even. It helps me figure out like where I'm going. It's kind of like my guide. So that's my reasoning for always wanting to do a middle part. Because as you can see with me parting this right here, I started from the beginning of the middle part in order to achieve, you know, this section that I wanted to do, like part out this section the way that I wanted to part out. I probably couldn't have did that if I made that middle part, or I probably could have, but you know, I just still like the middle part as a guide. So you can do it if you want to. Like you can follow every step that I do, but if you feel like, nah girl, I don't need the middle part in order to do this, then you don't have to. This is just what makes it easy for me. So that's what you'll see me doing. You'll see me parting it. You'll see me putting my jam on it, going over it, you know, and clipping away the hair that I'm not going to use for the time being. I don't know if I said this last time, but when it comes to my baby hair, I only use like the jams, like the, you know, I think I showed you in the beginning, the Magic Finger braiding jam, or I'll use the jam that's in like the black and the orange bottle. I don't try to use all of the edge control, all of the even. I don't you don't need all of that in my personal opinion. Just something that's going to help you. You can even use shea butter. I've been seeing a lot of people use shea butter lately, because of the chemicals in the products are just becoming a bit much. And I didn't have any shea butter. Also, I've been using this for a really long time on her hair. So like her scalp doesn't react bad to it. It does the job. So that's what I'm going to keep using. But I have seen that it's a trend that people have been like, you know, putting these products down and opting out for something a little more natural. So if you don't use any of those products, feel free to try shea butter and see how that works for you. But yeah, back to the tutorial. So you'll see me doing the same thing on this side with the part, right? I'm gonna try to make it as even as possible. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna go over it. I'm not gonna stress about it. If it doesn't match up perfectly, that's okay. I'm gonna put the other hair away so it could just be out of my way. You'll see me. So she wanted blue. I allowed my kid to have color in her hair. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I let her express herself. She's a kid. It's not harming anybody. But this is how I section off the pieces of hair that I'm going to be using. I make them pretty small and I make sure that they are neat and put off to the side so that when I'm getting ready to pick it up, it could just be like a smooth transition. Like I could pick it up without any hassle. With the viral flip over style, you can really do what you want to do when it comes to this section of the hair. I've seen so many people do so many different things, but for me, I'm going to keep it simple and like straight to the point, and I'm just going to braid them straight to the back, but like at an angle. And I'm pretty sure you can tell by the way that I parted the hair out that it is going to be at an angle. I was not pressed on time, but I just wanted to get out of there. So I just kept it really, really simple. I wanted to slow this part down for anybody who kind of is trying to learn how to stitch. And please forgive me. I know that the camera angles are not the best. So I'm going to try to break this down as best as I can. So you see that I'm using my pinky to create that stitch effect, right? And I'm using my pinky on each side. And as I'm using my pinky, the hair that I pull out, I put in between my fingers and I braid one, go to the other side, do it again, braid the other, use the pinky, grip the hair. And I've been doing this for a while now, so it comes naturally to me. But again, if you are unable to stitch, that is totally fine. Please don't stress it. As you braid more and watch more videos, it'll come to you. And if it don't come to you, that's perfectly fine too. I'm pretty sure the hairstyle is still going to be cute. But as you can see, along the braid, it has created that stitch effect all the way down. And I like doing that because it just looks a little more neat to me. That's really my reasoning. And also, I've been doing it so long that I just can't help but to do it. Like I don't know how to braid any other way. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but even when I don't try to do it and I'm not consciously like, oh, I'm gonna do a stitch braid, I just do it. It just happens. Like, yeah. It's odd, but it's just a habit at this point. So the next couple of clips, it's just going to be repetitive. You'll just see me parting, going over it with the jam, combing the jam through, and braiding. Like I said, with this section, I just wanted to keep it simple. So I just kept the same pattern going on. I didn't try to switch it up or be too creative when it came to this part. So again, it's really whatever you want to do or whatever your client or your baby requests. But over here, we're gonna just keep it simple. At least for this hairstyle. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. I see that you guys like the tutorials, so I'm gonna keep them coming. And I really do appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. I be hard on myself because I be like, oh, the angles aren't the best. Oh, I don't know if they're gonna like this. Oh, I don't know if they're gonna get anything from this, or if they're gonna be able to mimic this, or if this is even helpful. So I really hope it is. I hope that this is like helping somebody. Hair is really, really important, even when we don't think it is. You start to realize, like, dang, everybody really do got hair on their head. Dang, everybody do need their hair done. So you start to realize that it really is a big deal. And sometimes we don't have the funds to always take our kids to the salon or pay someone to do our hair. So if I could show y'all how to achieve a certain look, that's what I'm going to do. That is exactly what I'm going to do. I don't like seeing kids, especially little black girls, walking around and their hair isn't done. I don't like that. I think I said it before in my last video. When I go to my kids' school, I see so many of them, and not like, I don't know. I don't like it. Kids make fun of you for not having your hair done. You get bullied for stuff like that nowadays, and I don't want anybody to go through that. So like I said, I'm gonna keep these videos coming just so that I could help somebody. Well, in hopes that I help somebody, you know, make it easy. Oh yeah, we have a little guest. We had a full house that day, so yeah. And she was very, my kid was very distracted. I had to keep telling her, girl, stay still. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to me doing your hair and somebody is over here and you ain't holding your head the way you need to hold it. So now I'm forcing your head this way, but yeah. She's like, what are you doing? You're recording a video for who? She was asking me so many questions. I thought it was so funny. Kids are so cute. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope this video reaches who it needs to reach. I'll be making more videos to help us out, to help us moms, us dads, or us aunties and uncles or grandmas out when it comes to this hair stuff, because I know it can be stressful. It's also very time consuming. So I really think that if you can carve out a day to just like knock it out, do so early Sunday morning, something, just get it out the way. Because getting up every day to do the hair, it's not it. I'm telling you, they cry, they don't want to get up in the morning. It becomes just too stressful. So yeah, that's my point of making these videos for you guys. I'm just trying to help out. So with this style, this section that I'm parting out right now is going to be like the knotless braids that they're able to flip over. And I usually try to do those last because in my opinion, they take longer to do. I don't know why, but they just do. So you're going to see me part it out and put it to the side for now, because it will be the last thing that I do on this side. Also with this style, you can, like I said before, you can get pretty creative or you can keep it simple. With this side, I got a little creative because I just wanted to show you guys like what could be done. But if you cannot, and I'm not talking about the braid that I'm about to do right now, it's gonna be the crisscross braid that you'll see in a second. If you cannot do that, again, that is okay. If you want to try to do it, that is okay. In my opinion, it's pretty simple to do, but again, I've been braiding for a while, so it's going to be simple for me. Anybody else, if you want to say, girl, I'm just going to braid these braids, to the back at an angle, I understand. you don't have to do too much. It's still going to be cute. So yeah, you'll see, and I think I probably should be quiet so that you guys can focus when it comes to doing this. But like I said, it's really, really simple. You're gonna just do a part straight to the back, like I did. You're going to split those braids into 4 sections, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. And a tip, always, and I mean always, clip the hair away that you're not using. Always, no matter what style you're doing. If you're not using that piece of hair at the moment, clip it away, because it's just going to get in your way. And when it get in your way, it's going to frustrate you, and it's going to make you be like, I can't do this. But in all actuality, it's only because other pieces of hair is getting in your way. So now you're gripping stuff you're not supposed to be gripping. So always remember to clip anything that you're not using out of your way. I think it's so funny watching them. Because I can't remember what they was talking about, but I think they was doing some like school or role play or something. I think that's so hilarious. Like just looking at their faces as they're talking. I want y'all to tell me in the comments if y'all think doing like this crisscross is easy, or like if you feel like this is just too difficult to do. For me, watching it, it's I still feel like it's pretty easy, but then again, I don't know. Okay, so you see, we're almost done with this side. But this section, again, is going to just be the knotless braids. Now, some people part it off into like a triangle. I just was like, I'm not doing that. We're going to just keep it as little squares, and that be that. Again, I wanted to just keep it simple for the sake of time. I was hungry. I was just ready to get out of there. So you can do whatever you want to do again, but I just left it like square knotless braids, parting wise, if that makes sense to you. And we're going to be curling the ends. My baby likes when we curl the ends. So when I'm braiding with weave and I'm curling the ends, I try to braid past her hair so that I don't dip her hair when I'm dipping. And later on in the video, I actually show you how I twist her hair up with like the rods, and how I dip it, and how I achieve the whole curly look. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can see that, because also that's pretty simple too. You just got to be careful and not to burn the body. And you know, I mimic the same thing on each side. But even with this side, I didn't even do the crisscross on this side. I just kept it. I kept the braids just going straight back. And I did that so that I could show y'all that even if you decide to do something on this side, it's still going to be cute. Like if you like, oh, I'm going to try to crisscross on that side, or whatever you want to try on this side. You don't got to do the same thing over here. You can if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. And it's still going to be super, super cute. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know why it looks like it's flipped over. I don't know, y'all. My camera, my angles is crazy. Anyways, you'll see me just doing the knotless. And we are on to the back. Okay, so I slowed this all the way down because I wanted to explain something to y'all. So, my kid has long hair, but her hair is not the thickest, and it's pretty fine. Like, it's not too fine, but it's pretty fine. So with that being said, when it comes to doing certain hairstyles like knotless braids or box braids, I always do like large jumbo in her head, because I know that with her density, she can't really, it doesn't, how can I explain this? It doesn't hold well. Like, I don't want the weave pulling on her hair, or the weave to be too heavy for her hair, if that makes sense. So I always make sure that when it comes to the knotless braids, I do bigger parts so that I could just be stronger, and I don't have to worry about, oh, I wonder if the weave is too heavy for the density of her hair and if it's going to pull it or take it out. So if your kid or client hair is super, super thick, it might not make sense for you to do the braids this big. But because I know my kid's hair, I know that making these braids in the back thicker is the best for her hair type. Okay? Again, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but it makes sense to me in my head, because I've also tried to do smaller braids, like smaller knotless braids, and it wasn't, no. So if you're wondering, like, girl, them is some big old braids in the back, trust me, it works, and it even still lasts the 2 weeks that it's supposed to last. It's an easy takedown. It's still pretty cute, but I know that I just have to do what's best for my kids' hair, or even my client's hair. Like, if I have a client, I also express what I think is best. I had a situation like that the other day, actually, where I had to say, hey, this isn't best for your hair. We got to figure something else out, or it's not going to even be worth you paying what you're paying me, you know? So I understand certain styles is cute, but if it's not best for your hair, please do not do it. Don't do it, because you're going to regret it at the end. Like now, I don't know if you can tell that her hair is fine. But like I said, I know it is, and that is why I'm only putting 3 rows in the back. And it's always been like that. Even as a baby, she's always had pretty, like, fine hair. So like I said, I already know when it comes to certain hairstyles what size the braids can or can't be. But yeah, we're just gonna put regular knotless braids in the back. And for those of you who don't know how to do it, I can make a video and slow it down and show you, but for the most part, I kind of, this last braid, you'll kind of see how I achieve her braids in the back. And again, like I said earlier, if you don't want to do knotless braids, you don't have to. You can do anything. You could do layered braids. You can do not layered braids and just braid it all the way down, like from the top to the nape of the neck. There's so many ways you can go, so many things you can do. That's why I really like hair, because you can really get super creative. But this is just what I chose to do, so this is what I'm showing you guys. Also, if there's any styles you want to see or you want me to break down, let me know. And I will. Like I said earlier, I don't mind showing y'all how to do hairstyles, because I know that times is hard and we might not have it all the time to pay for it to get done. So y'all remember I was telling y'all that, like, I'm gonna curl the ends, and in order to curl the ends you need to dip it in the hot water. But I try my best not to dip anybody's hair in the water because it's so freaking hot, and I'm sure it's not healthy to dip our hair in steaming, boiling hot water. So when I get to a certain point in a braid, I think we passed it already, I'm gonna add another piece of hair. And I know for a fact that that piece of hair is going to go past her hair. Like right where I'm braiding it right now, her hair, I'm pretty sure it's probably like stopping. Yeah, it's probably stopped. And that way the rest of the braid down can be dipped. Yep, I don't know if y'all can see that, but her hair is actually kind of poking out where, like, it looked like a flyaway, but that's where her hair ended at. So I braid past her hair as much as I can. And then that's the part that we're going to be dipping. Always make sure you braid past the hair. Do not dip the hair in that hot ass water. Okay, the fun part. So obviously we're past her hair. We're gonna take the rest of the weave, because that's what it is, and we are going to just roll it on the rod. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And then we're going to take the rod and we're going to fold it so that the hair doesn't become undone or unrolled while it's on the rod. I need it to be like, you need it to be as tight as possible so that the curls can come out as curly as possible. And so I take the other rod and I make sure I line them up. Like, you don't want the curls to start at different places, you know, different spots. So you make sure that they're even when you're doing it. Now you can boil you some water in a pot. You can put some water in like a plastic cup and put it in a microwave. Although I think that's, I don't know, it might be too hot. Or like I have a kettle. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Kettle. There you go. I have a kettle. So I boil the water. I immerse the rods and the weave in it for like a few seconds, and I'm making sure that I get the whole curly piece wet. And baby, this was hot. This was so hot. I dried them off. You can even use a blow dryer. I just use a towel. And then yeah, everything else is kind of like, you know what to do. You know to unroll it. And then yeah, you'll see. Now the curls look so nice. It did what it was supposed to do. And that is how you achieve this look. Okay, stop. Come on. Be for real. Turn around. This is for YouTube. Let them see your hair. This is our weekly style. Okay, this should last a week or two. Turn around. Do a full spin. I know you're tired of me. That's okay. Okay. You want to flip it over for me? No. Do you want to? No? Okay. All right.